everybody, it's Dr. Chabot, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to use Google Sheets to do some graphical analysis on a linear graph. So I'm going to first make the graph, and then we are going to use the linest function in order to do a linear regression fit and get the slope and intercept and the uncertainty in the slope and the intercept. This is very similar to how it also works in Excel. So first, let's say the mock experiment here is that I just have dropped something from rest from a certain height, and I've measured the time it takes to hit the ground. So here's that sample data. And what I want to plot is something that's going to have a slope equal to g. So what I'm actually going to plot on the y-axis is my height. And then on the x-axis, I'm going to want to plot, and I'm going to type in the heading here, as just 1/2 times the time squared. So 1/2 times the time squared in units of seconds squared. If I plot that on x, then my slope will be equal to the acceleration, which should be close to g. So first I want to make this calculated column, and so I can do that by entering a formula. I say equals 0.5 times, and then I can select the column for time, that's where the B2 comes from, and then just put squared, hit enter. And then sometimes it asks you if you want to autofill this, but it didn't ask me in this case. And so what you can always do if you want that same formula for all the things below it, using that adjacent column, you can drag and drop from this bottom right corner. So now, for example, we can say that this one says B2, but the one below it says B3, B4, B5, etc. So that's now my calculated column. That again is going to be my X data and my Y data. In order to make the graph, I personally just have this thing where I like to copy and just have a clear one of X and Y next to each other. So if I just have here X data and Y data, and then I highlight the X data and the Y data, note that I'm also highlighting the column headers. This just makes things a little easier. I didn't highlight the entire rows, I just highlighted from the column headers to where I want. I can go to Insert, Insert Chart, and there I have it. I have this graph that's going to show me the height. It already has its axis on it. That's the nice thing about the column headers, and the axis labels, versus 1/2 t squared. We can see that it is roughly linear. So now let's work on doing the fit for this. When I did that, then we have this menu that showed up over on the right, and if I didn't have that, I could double click on the graph and it would show up here. And so we have our setup. That's where you can change what series and data you have. This is where you could switch the rows and columns if you ended up with Y versus X. And then customize, this is where you could put your chart axes and titles if those weren't exactly how you want it. We're going to go to series. So series here under the customize menu, and we're going to add a trend line. So we can add a trend line, and we right away now see this trend line. And if we want the equation for the trend line, we scroll down more and we pick label, and then we say use equation. And so now I can see that I have my slope, 9.64, that would be meters per second squared, and my y-intercept, negative 0.028. But this doesn't give me anything about the uncertainty in those values. Even this r squared isn't really something that we're going to use when we do a linear regression. So we don't care about the r squared. What we actually care about, I'm going to close that window now, is doing a least squares fit and essentially having an uncertainty in the slope that is also in units of meters per second squared, right? And if the intercept is going to have units of meters, I want to have an uncertainty that also has units of meters. I want a plus or minus on these quantities. And that's going to give me directly an absolute uncertainty in my result, which my result is 9.64, but I want to know how sure I am. So that's where we use the linest function. So you just pick a cell, and it kind of like where it has some empty space below it, because it ends up taking up a few cells. And then you type in equals linest, so I-L-N-E-S-T, linest, parentheses. And then you can see from this help that it tells you that you want to put your known data in Y first, and then your known data in X. So I just simply come over, I'm highlighting that known data in Y. I just dragged down. I'm going to hit comma, and then now I'm going to highlight the known data in X. I hit comma, And then now I want to type in true, comma, true. The first true is because I do want it to calculate a y-intercept. I don't want it to force y to be 0. And the second one is that I do want it to spit out all of the results that it can. Then I hit end parentheses, and now I'm going to hit enter. And there I have it. I have these results, which at first you're like, okay, what is this? What's happening? So let's go ahead and label this. I'm actually going to just move this over 1. So I'm going to just X and move. And so that way I can label the important things. The important things are here. And this top one is in fact the slope. And this just did a linear regression. It did that calculation. This is the uncertainty in the slope. So these guys over here, if I make those red, then you can see that that would be my slope and my uncertainty in the slope. So my result here, if I was going to write it in the proper format, note that I want to round my uncertainty to 1 digit. So that's going to give me 0.3. I'm going to round the 0.309 to 0.3. And then I need to make my slope match that. So I would have this result of 9.6, because I round that down, plus or minus 0.3, and that would all be meters per second squared. And so that's my result for G. And it does actually match nicely to what we expect. And I right away have this uncertainty from how good this line of best fit is. Over here on this side, we have the intercept. And then we have the uncertainty in the intercept. Now, what's interesting about looking at this quantity, which again, you're like, well, I don't really care about the intercept. But you do. When you're doing an experiment, you do always care about the intercept because you're expecting it to be 0. And if it's not 0, that's an indication that you have some systematic error that you definitely need to deal with. And so my intercept here, we can see that the uncertainty is 0.1, the intercept is negative 0.03. And so we certainly overlap 0. And so there's no concerns to be had with this scenario. These other ones just go further into some of the statistics, but from a usable perspective in a physics experiment, generally it's going to be the actual uncertainty in your fit parameters. And luckily Google Sheets and Excel does that nice and easy for us with this linist function. When you get to some of the upper level labs or real lab environment, often you have not just a linear fit, but a polynomial fit or a Gaussian fit. And then that's where you're going to start using Python or other tools in order to do the same idea of doing the fit and then finding the uncertainty in the fit parameters specifically. All right, so I hope that this brief tutorial was helpful and good luck on your labs.